Hey, this is Ben Freer, and today I'm going to talk about some of the most difficult national interest waiver requirements. So I've been lucky enough to represent some really talented people who apply for the national interest waiver green card. Now, just to give you a really broad overview of national interest waiver, this green card, this type of green card is available to people who can show that their work is in the national interest of the United States. And one of the major perks of this type of green card is that you can self-petition. In other words, you don't have to rely on a family member or employer to file for you. You can file the forms and the supporting documentation yourself. Another bonus of the national interest waiver category is that there are a lot of different types of people who can qualify. Some of my clients have been entrepreneurs, scientists, or other professionals in the STEM fields. With each of my national interest waiver cases, I started out the process thoroughly impressed by my clients' credentials and thoroughly impressed by the benefits that they could bring to the United States. However, despite my confidence in my clients' abilities, I was less confident that we would succeed on the national interest waiver petition. And the reason for this is that the standard is very high. So today I would like to touch on some of the most difficult national interest waiver requirements in case you are considering this route. Okay, so right out the gate, there's a requirement that's going to eliminate a lot of people. The baseline requirement is that you have to show an advanced degree, like a master's degree, or a doctorate, or the equivalent. Or, if you can't show an advanced degree, you can show as an alternative that you have exceptional ability. Sounds like a piece of cake, right? If you don't have an advanced degree, showing exceptional ability can be a difficult and intimidating burden to meet. And if you can't satisfy that initial baseline requirement, unfortunately, you can't even get into the game. USCIS won't even consider the remainder of your petition. However, if you can clear that first hurdle, then you can move on to the next level where you get to try to satisfy a three-prong test. So let me just run through this three-prong test for you really quickly. To satisfy the first prong, you must show that your field has substantial merit and national importance. For the second prong, you must show that you are well positioned to advance the endeavor. And for prong number 3, you must show that it is beneficial to the United States to waive the job offer and labor certification requirement. So as you can tell, none of these requirements are really easy. None are complete layups. But of all these requirements, I find the national importance requirement to be particularly challenging. The national importance criterion is demanding because it relates to whether the benefit and impact of the work extends beyond, for example, the employer or patient or client or customer. So I'll tell you how this typically comes up. I'm going to give you a hypothetical example. So let's say I'm talking to a doctor. I sit down with them and I say, listen, doctor, it's really difficult to prove national importance. And they might say, what do you mean? I do amazing work for my patients. I improve lives. In some cases, I save lives. What can be more important than that? How is my work not nationally important? And in that situation, I would say, you are absolutely right, doctor. Your work is critically important, but the benefit of your work has to extend beyond your patients, and it has to impact the general field of medicine in which you practice. So if this doctor was a dermatologist, they would have to show that their work has impacted that particular field of medicine. This could be shown through citations in medical journals, leadership positions within the field, speaking at conferences, authoring authoritative treatises, or other evidence that shows the impact that they have made in their particular field. But again, not everyone can come up with this type of evidence. I know that I certainly couldn't. So if you haven't impacted your particular field, your amazing work which may have had a significant impact on your patients, your customers, or your clients, will unfortunately not be considered nationally important. And that is truly unfortunate. It's simply not enough for your work to be amazing. Your work has to impact the field as a whole in order to qualify for the national interest waiver. So there you have it. Those are two of the most difficult national interest waiver requirements. A lot of people simply can't show an advanced degree or exceptional ability. And a lot of amazing entrepreneurs, scientists, etc. will have a difficult time showing that they've impacted their general field. I hope this information was helpful. I absolutely love working on national interest waiver cases, but the standard is quite challenging. If you are interested in pursuing the national interest waiver, I recommend that you reach out to one of the many amazing U.S. immigration lawyers out there who can guide you through the process. If you did enjoy this video, please like it or pass it along to someone who could benefit from it. Thank you for your time.